My camera's going wonky on me. Anyhow, I'm going to try to get some of the footage done tonight. I tried wanting to last night, but didn't have a chance to do the footage I wanted to do. But that will be taken care of tonight, because I'll be too pooped to do anything else. So, as I get that done, I have to move some computers around too. And I have a video editor that I have to get repaired up on my own. Some of the memory modules are not seated properly, so it only detects the first 512 megabytes of RAM. And I have to get that one working so I can use it as an alternate one for recordings. And once I know the memory modules are properly seated on it, from what I can tell, that's what's happening. Everything else is detected properly. As for hard drives, both ID and SCSI, and I think one of the regular drives is not being detected, so I'll definitely pull that out. That'll be a project that I'll show you guys for sure, and hopefully we'll be able to get that fixed and running, so that way that'll be my second editing machine to work with, and to be able to do what we need to do for editing live video. Fun thing about the Dell Precisions, even though they're older machines, they're fairly good. I never had a major problem with them, and yes, they don't play the fastest games, and I'm not expecting them to, but that's part of the thing there that I like about them, is they're not meant for gaming per se, but at least they're good for video editing. And even though it takes a little longer to get those edited in, I'd rather have those running doing that and getting the stuff that I need to get done. So I'll be back later. Anyhow, so I'm just catching up with my walk this morning. I'm about on par with what I'm supposed to be doing for my walks. Like I said earlier, I'm going to do some editing and some video capturing tonight, and move two of my workstations that I have for video editing. One I have to take apart, like I said earlier, to diagnose the memory problems on it. Once I can get that up and running and installed with Ubuntu Studio on that one, I'll be fine, and get the other vlogs done at the same time. One thing I like doing about vlogging is doing what I'm doing here now, and also doing the computer reviews, which I'll be doing another 3 others, and the one about my weight training, which I've been meaning to do, which I am going to try to get done tonight as well. At least get the raw footage done. Once I get that done, I'll be set and get all that encoded along with this vlog and the one from last week. So I'll be good to go, so to speak, and get that all uploaded to YouTube. And I noticed that depending on how big the file is, sometimes it takes me, I think for 4 or 5, or it takes me at least 24 hours, which is okay. I don't mind the speed that I'm running at right now. It gives me a chance to get them uploaded while I'm doing other things with the other workstations. So it keeps me busy and out of trouble, which is always a good thing. Anyhow, I'm going to finish this walk for the morning and come back just before I start, and maybe one other one for this afternoon with the ending for today. So we'll take it from there. Anyhow, so here we are. It's almost time to go to work. Just enough time to relax. I just locked myself in upstairs. Just I'm going to take a quick little break, a little breather before I actually start yakking my brains off for the rest of the day, and go for lunch as well during my walk. So hopefully hopefully not too stressed out as yesterday, or too occupied as well as yesterday, and try to see what we can do. So I'll see you guys around my lunchtime in the next part of the vlog, and hopefully tomorrow will be a good day to do some editing as well. I'll see you guys later, okay? Anyhow, here we are at my lunchtime, going for my afternoon walk, and it's a rather quiet day today. I'm surprised. Usually I thought it was going to be more busier, like every other Friday, or like what we had during the week, but it's been rather quiet, so that's good. And still going to try to do that thing there tonight, which I'm going to do, by hook or by crook, and it's going to get done. Not only that, one of my clients just called back. He's still having the same problems. And I mentioned to him that it could be that he needs to get a SSD drive. He's still having the same issues where he's finding it slow. I also think it's because he's installed Windows 10 on it, and because of the limitations of the memory that he has on it, which is only a maximum of 4 gigs, and the amount of, well, not the hard drive space per se, but the way a hard drive is being used, it's a lot slower in loading the application up. So I'm going to show him how to do some archiving and a couple other odds and ends. And worst case scenario, he would need to get an SSD drive to get things working again. I'll see when I meet up with him over the weekend. Can't guarantee anything, but we'll take a look. Anyhow, I'll be back later on with some final things there for today, and tomorrow's another day. So let's go. Finally, I'm out. Long weekend is here. I can try to sleep in a little bit tomorrow, and maybe the next day after that, and on Monday. Now, I can try to get that video done tonight. At least 2 of them if I can. And it's going to be both on the compact and on the SGI. Imagine that. Anyhow, another week is done. Tomorrow's another day. At least I can get my 8 hours of sleep tomorrow. And get a couple other things done at the same time. We'll see how things go tomorrow. I don't know if I'm heading out with Cyprian tomorrow. We'll find out. We were supposed to head out last week, but never happened. But that's okay. So we'll see what happens. And hopefully I'll be able to get some of those videos done too that I'm overdue, and get them uploaded to YouTube. So until then, I think I'll call this a good night, and see you guys tomorrow. Da-da-da! It's Saturday! Just going to try to finish off my morning walk this morning, and more likely going to head out to meet up with Cyprian and do a couple other things this afternoon, or today actually. Just heading back home to get some other little odds and ends done this morning before going out for lunch with Cyprian. And I might have to see one of my clients again due to their email, which should be easy. It's nothing too difficult. It's just to optimize the data, the OST file, the PST file that he's using, and I'll show him how to do that and how to archive with it to make it easier for him. So at this point, I'm going to head back home, get ready, and head out. So I'll see you guys then. Anyhow, I'm actually out on my own today. Cyprian didn't want to respond back, so that's okay. I'm a little bit late behind my walking, but that's okay today. It's the weekend. I'm actually picked up something over at Addison's over here. Right there. I actually picked up an external wireless keyboard for my parents' computer, so that way when we get it set up, it'll be ready to go for them. And that way they can't complain that they can't use the computer without the keyboard. It's going to be hooked up to one of their high-definition TVs that they have upstairs. So that's going to get done, hopefully sometime during the weekend. And I'm still going to go over to my client this afternoon to see what I can do to help him out. So that's going to happen today too as well. So right now I'm going to head over to Patat 2000, have something to eat over there. So let's go. And here we are over at Patat 2000 finally. And go have something to eat right now. We'll grab a nice bite to eat. I'm gonna have a souvlaki today. That's what I'm in the mood for, something yummy. And see what they have. Let's actually go inside. Been here for too long of a time. And there they are. Hello, hi Costa. Where's Costa? He's hiding on us. Okay, sorry about that. I cut myself off there while doing the video at 2000. Anyhow, I had the chicken souvlaki. You saw the little image there with a poutine and a Diet Pepsi. It was good. It was a nice change. I'm right now over at Carrefour Laval. So this is what it looks like on one of the wings. So I'm just taking a little break. I just did already almost another 2 miles, almost 2 miles again in here. I'm gonna go in there and do one more, do the second mile, finish that, and relax before I continue on. Everybody knows when you do your exercise, you have to take a little breaks in between. I do a lot of walking, as you can see in my videos there. When I'm vlogging, keeps me busy, helps me keep my diet under control. And I figured that would be the best way of doing things. So I'm going to take a relax a little bit, and then we'll do some more. Hey everyone. It's Sunday afternoon, or Sunday evening actually, just a little bit after 6 o'clock. I usually don't record myself on Sundays, but this time I got it. Since it's the long weekend, I was doing some major cleanups, and also one of my clients called in regards to getting some extra help in regards to their Hotmail account. Not understanding why there's such a long delay until I try to show them. It's like, look, here's the situation. This is not a problem with your computer or the network that you're on. It's something outside. And of course, when you're not knowledgeable in computers, it's always going to be one of those absolute things where they're going to have to find a way to understand what the problem is and how to take care of it. And some things are just out of your control. I know certain things, like even with my Hotmail account, yeah, it does get laggy at times, but you know what? That's part of what it is. It's not part of the network that you're actually using. It's outside of that. Anyhow, I'm just kind of late in my exercise and all that, so I'm trying to get that done right now. I lost a big chunk of it during the day, because I usually do it throughout the day. And this is one of them where I needed to get done throughout the day. And of course, you know how family members are. It's like they try to get you to do something. It's like, oh, they just don't understand. So anyhow, I'm gonna get a little bit extra walking done. When I get to the time where I can actually sit down and rest a little bit, get the other half done, I'll be back at that time. And here we are. Well, ladies and gents, I'm actually at the halfway point, and this is how much I have already on my exercise for today. And it's still quite a ways to go. Only at 92.88 out of 11.810. Anyhow, probably by the time I get back home, I'm probably going to reach it, if not exceed it. Hopefully that's a good sign. You know how things are. Things tend to change from time to time. Today was fairly busy. I was doing some major renovations in my room. Major cleanups and all that. But you know how that is. That's like anything else. The other thing too, one of my clients, like I had mentioned just before, was having troubles with their Outlook, well, not their Outlook, their Hotmail account, where they were actually they were saying they were having problems logging in or doing certain things. Take a look. Everything's typically normal with the connection, and that's what I found kind of unusual, is that they didn't understand the reason behind it. So they're figuring it's like, oh, it's their PC, their laptop and all that. Or in fact, it wasn't their laptop, nor was it the connection that they got onto the internet with their internet service provider. And I was just basically telling them, is like, look, this is not anywhere between you and the service provider. It's outside of the service provider that's having problems. And I think he was just honestly confused, which is totally understandable. And I mean, I myself, sometimes when going through some of these things, is like, okay, where does the logic behind, reside behind it? And that's where I think about it, think heavily, because usually technicians usually do that, and analyze quite a bit. And then it struck me, it's understandable, and we did a trace route between his computer and to Hotmail itself, and noticed that there was 3 nodes that were not responding or routing properly, that were possibly down for some reason, and because it just said request timed out, which is typically normal in cases like that, because that it's either too saturated or it's being bombarded with too many requests, so things tend to slow down and tend to go route the other way. So things of that nature make sense, so that way certain things are slow. Even when I was doing my clean out my own Hotmail account, it's like, yeah, it's slow. And of course, when I did the trace route of my end, I was getting the same thing. So can't say it was my service provider, because it isn't. And luckily, I had certain things, connected or resolved through the DNS service from Google instead of being from Videotron, and it was working fantastic still. It's fine. There's a slight delay or slight slowdown, but that's nominal because it's all web-based. Besides going geeky on you guys, that's basically about it for this. I'm actually working on the animation for this vlog, and also working on the other animation for my SGI 02, my Silicon Graphics, believe it or not. And I was able to actually get that Silicon Graphics out there, out from hiding space, and that's what I'm going to be recording next on my vlogs. So that'll be the third of 3. That will be the third one besides this one here. That's going to get done. Once that gets done, all of them are going to get compiled, or at least not compiled per se, but encoded. Once I get everything laid out properly and all that, and encode all 3 and then ship that out onto YouTube, and hopefully you'll like it. And I want you guys to give me the thumbs up, the thumbs down, and introduce yourselves on all 3 if you have, depending on which one you're going to first, and tell me if you really like it. I'll catch you next week.